Uh, Today I'm going to Proverbs 24:16. A righteous man, falls 7 times. And the reason to why I say that is that, living in this world, we're constantly at battle with ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. And I firmly believe that we descend into this earth and we take the makings of this world and create homes until we leave after we experience what we need to know. And not until the Lamb returns, Hamashiach Yahushua Jesus Christ, not until the Lamb returns, the earth will always be evil. Now, there's beautiful things in the earth. There's love and compassion in the earth. But the reason to why I say the earth will always be evil is because it's a constant cycle of life and death. And if we don't feed these houses, if we don't feed ourselves, then ourselves in turn wither away until we have to leave. And I want, like, say you're trying to turn over a new leaf, say you have an addiction, say you're stuck on this. Don't beat yourself up when you fall, man. You're gonna fall. And it's crazy because after I fall, after I lose some temptation, I get the most greatest revelations. And sometimes I say to the Father, is this what you want me to be? You want me to be stuck in lust? You want me to be want me to do wrong, knowing that I shouldn't do wrong? I don't have the strength to fight the temptation. And then afterwards, when I accomplish the lust and it leaves, to then be filled with remorse and guilt that's so heavy it feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack. And in this process is that I don't even want to pray to the Most High, because it's like, oh, I'm filthy, man. I just did something I know I shouldn't have done. I'm filthy. I'm an animal. But then I still pray, and that's when great revelations come. And it sucks because it's just like, what's righteous, what's good, but it feels like you're just programmed not to do it. In moments, you feel like you're programmed to righteousness, but those moments quickly go away while lust and wickedness is constantly brewing, like a pot of tea that's never turned off. But a righteous man, a righteous woman, they fall 7 times and rise back up. So you keep falling, you keep rising. Eventually, the Most High will see it, and He'll put that change in you. He'll put the change in you. He'll see you constantly fighting and not giving up, and he'll put the change in you to stand more firmly for righteousness. Even Peter, got down on his knees to the Lord. And he said to him, I'm a sinful man. So we don't even want to dig into the things that he was doing before the Lord anointed him. But for him to get down on his knees and say he was a sinful man, he must have been doing some bad things. But the Lord took that all away. See, the presence of the Lord was so powerful that when the disciples were with him, they almost couldn't sin, because his presence overwhelmed them. And but with them, they didn't fight the presence. They let the presence overwhelm them. They subjected themselves to this superior. And when they were with their superior, they didn't sin. They didn't want to sin. And that's why, one of the teachers, I believe, a few of the teachers, they came to Christ and said, John and his disciples fast. How come your disciples don't fast? And Christ said, when I'm gone, they're going to fast. Trust and believe that. Because even though they weren't perfect in the world, when they woke up to the faith and Christ was with them, they became perfect. Just being with Christ and subjecting yourself to his superiority makes you perfect. And that's why he said to Isaiah, it was one of the translations, he says, I come announcing your salvation. Because the body is evil. The flesh is evil, man. I don't care what nobody says. The flesh is evil. It's evil, man. It only wants to consume and devour. What makes the flesh different is when the spirit chooses to do good. I believe we're all born evil. The flesh is all evil. We're all born as a serpent. See how cold-blooded alligators are and all these different serpents? They're ruthless, man. Even lions can be ruthless. We're all born evil, but it's the mind, it's the spirit in which we choose to do what's good. It's the spirit that tells us if you do that to that person, it's going to hurt them, and you feel pain. You feel their pain, and you don't want to hurt them. But when you don't have the spirit, it's ruthless, barbarianism. Animals. But we all gonna fall, man. We all. And I think it's the constant, man. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna fall to sin and lust, and I'm gonna be on a straight and narrow. I'm gonna be a good boy. Then temptation comes and you fall. And it's when you suffer like this, when you're constantly falling and losing, you also grow empathy. Or he can't get it together, she can't get it together. You don't know what they're going through in their mind, man. You don't know what they're suffering. Listen, guys, if you fall down, if you get back up. Even if you did the sickest thing, still call on the Most High. Don't let temptation, don't let falling temptation, don't let that guilt trip you into saying, well, the Most High don't care about me because I just sinned. You know what I'm saying? Anyone and everyone can be redeemed no matter what acts you've done. I was watching Soft White Underbelly, and it was a guy who was raped as a little boy, and he said the therapist asked him, what would you like to ask, the person that raped you? And he says, besides, because he killed the guy, he says, besides killing him, I would like to ask him, what made you become what you are? What made you like this? The guy that raped him was a serial predator. He preyed on little boys. And even the guy, he said there was definitely something wrong with the man that raped him because he sees him, the man that raped him sees him when he's older in the diner and walks up to him saying, hey, how you doing? And the guy's like, dude, you raped me when I was little. What the hell are you doing? So then he goes to kill the guy. He breaks into the guy's house. The guy turns and sees him. He says, hey, how you doing? They start fighting. So he said he wants to know what made him to become like that. And a lot of people that are like serial predators like that, man, they were broken in, they were raped when they were little. But they forgave their abusers when they got down with the sickness. But other than that, The flesh is wicked. It's evil, man. It just wants to consume lust, perverseness, sickness, orgies. This is evil, man. We're all a bunch of serpents in a giant pool of lust, perverseness, sickness, slithering around each other. The whole earth has become Sodom and Gomorrah. But I'll tell you one thing, even if you don't feel like it, keep praying, keep saying, I'm not going to do it again. Keep putting that positive energy out to fight against it, man. You don't want to just give up, because then it will consume you without mercy, because it's never ending. You know, it's never ending. It will consume you till there's nothing left, and then it'll jump on to the next soul. But, you know, comfort yourself and understand the righteous man, you know, falls 7 times, but get back up and keep the faith.